What's going on, guys? The man here from Team Emporium, and today the Banlist just got dropped. Well, it dropped while I was in work, so I come home and I got everything ready just to record it and get reactions right away. But yeah, I've had a look at the Banlist already, and it's insane. Like, they've actually really done something this time, so I'm just going to go through it with you and give you guys my quick thoughts and stuff, and then later we'll probably do a bit more of a discussion with some of the other members of Team Emporium. But without further ado, let's get to it. Okay, so starting off, we have got the first band card, Orchest Harp Horror, and I think that's an actually pretty good hit for Orchest. You could have argued Galatea or Ding might have needed the hit, but Galatea, all it really does is get you that negate setup and maybe shuffle back some resources, but Harp Horror gets you the special summon from deck, and that's actually pretty strong, to be fair, and helps set up your plays a lot more consistently. That's just a consistency check, and I think it's probably the right move to really slow down Orchest until that new card comes out in not Ignition Assault, the next set after that. So yeah, first hit, Harp Horror. And the next one, okay, so Thunder Dragon Colossus. An amazing hit, but don't know how I feel about that. It really does hit Thunders. It slows them down, slows down the grindiness of the deck and stuff. Do I think they should have banned it? No, I don't think so. I think it could have gone to 1 and it could have been fine, but I also understand it might have been a really preemptive hit for the new upcoming revised Master Rule 5.1. But yeah, I think it was a pretty good hit. Thunder Dragons, still playable, but just nowhere near as good as they were. Will maybe the new Thunders stuff that's coming out make a difference? Possibly, but again, we'll have to wait and see how the new format develops. And I did get a sneak peek of the next one, Electromite. So Heavy Metal Force Electromite is banned. That's quite a significant hit to Pendulums. They really needed that to just help them generate advantage. Even at 1, it was pretty nutty. Hitting that is quite a strong hit. Especially because Pendulums will still need to play by the link rules, essentially, from the new Master Rule. Hitting Electromite, it slows down consistency. It doesn't kill the deck, but it doesn't make it as great as it was, not being able to get the stuff back from the extra deck as easily. There are links that they could play, like the new Endymion link that will be coming out at some point. That'll be really strong and stuff, but I think Endymions at the moment have just slowed down a wee bit. But I think they're still pretty playable. Maybe other versions of Pendulums, not so much, but Endymions can get away without needing Electromite. So that's that one. Next we got... we got 2 here. So, Ib the Will Chalice Justicar. I get why they hit it. I do. It helped enable so many different combos and stuff. It literally was a combo start of so many different things. Just tuner and non-tuner and level 5 when you get to go like wombo combo. I mean, you got the God Dragons who went crazy with that. You had combo Thunder Dragons that were able to do it as well. You were able to incorporate dinos into that and get all these different combos and advantage generated quite easily. So I think that was a pretty good hit. I don't think it did that much in the meta at the moment. So I think maybe again that might be a preemptive hit for after they've hit everything else that was meta. Maybe that might have jumped up, but this is what has slowed it down. And the next one, Temps Magician, again, Pendulums again getting hit by that, just stop that FTK. I'm really glad they did that, because I don't want a format of just getting FTK'd left, right and centre, because that's not fun. The next one, okay, so we've got 2 XEs. So Azathoth, that's really good. Azathoth needed to be hit, to be honest, long ago. Was it as much of a problem now? No, probably not. But like Orchest, Lunalight Orchest, being able to pick Azathoth and then go wombo combo at that time was pretty nuts. especially because then after the mid-air slot you couldn't respond to anything, so yeah, I think that was a pretty decent hit. Will it make much of a difference? Probably not, because that was maybe the only deck that played it, and even then Moonlight Orca stopped seeing as much play near the end of the previous format. And then we got Mirage Stalio. That was really unexpected. I saw that, I was a little bit disappointed because I recently made a Salamangreat deck myself, but I don't mind picking up Sign-Up Mining. It's still a pretty good staple for Cyberus decks, and there's so many coming out. You got the new Attic Nisters, you got Marinus, if you want to pick them up as well, they're pretty good. Stalio really hits the consistency of that, because even if they don't see Gazelle in their opening hand, if they can get to Phalanx and Stalio, they can get the Gazelle and still get the full combo going really well. Stalio, I think, is quite a significant hit, but it might be to like kind of pave the way to force Salamangreat players to play that new Xyz that's meant to be coming out. I can't remember when that's coming out, but I know that's been announced at some point, so that might be why. Other than that, I reckon if they didn't hit that, Salamangreat again would have been the top deck of the meta, and we did need a bit of a refresh for the competitive scene there, so that was quite a nice hit. Next, we got Brilliant Fusion. I get it. It wasn't seeing any play or much play, so Brilliant Fusion was quite an odd one, but if you think about it, it was actually a pretty decent hit, with Predator Platinum coming out and it being like one card engine for a lot of different things, giving you additional normal and getting you that extra material and stuff in the grave to set up for other insane cards, so I think it was a pretty decent hit. Preemptive again. Yeah, Brilliant Fusion was a bit of a weird one, but if you really think about it, you can rationalise that. Next, let's see, we got Engage. Okay, when I saw this, I was really surprised, especially because they announced the Sky Striker new monster, Ace Rose, I think it was. That was insane. Seeing Engage hit, everyone's wanted Engage hit for a while, even if it was just knocking it down to like 201 or something, just to hit consistent, but straight up outright banning it is insane. Sky Strikers can no longer be splashed as an engine, well, not as easily at least. It's not worth playing as an engine anymore, and it's insane that they hit Engage. We might be able to finally officially say that Sky Strikers might be dead. But we never know. We never know. Someone could probably come up with some crazy thing that keeps Sky Strikers alive, but I think this is just put the final nail in the coffin, probably. You may see it pop up every now and then, but nowhere near as much as it was. And we got... No? Okay, so that's it for the Forbidden. Okay, yeah, so that's it for the banned, the Forbidden section. That's quite a few good hits there, really hitting the main meta deck, so that was quite good. Now let's go on to the limited section. So the first card, Nessie. Don't know why Nessie got hit, but I guess it makes sense getting that extra card out of the deck. Even if it gets hit, you're still getting another card from the deck and stuff, so maybe just to slow down the consistency of dangers, but dangers are luck based, so I don't think that was necessary personally, but hey ho, it is what it is. Nessie has gone to limited. Next is Pancratops. That was quite surprising. Myself as a majority time going second type of player with my Dino deck and stuff, that was quite surprising, but in my particular build I only played one anyway, so it didn't really make much of a difference to me. But Pancratops was one of my top 5 going second side deck cards, so that's quite interesting that they hit that. I think it's preemptive for the new card coming out in Ignition Assault, the one that's kind of like Regeki and Harpy Spread the Luster in one, that Lightning Storm I think it's called. I think it might be preemptive for that, to try and boost the sales and kind of force people to try and buy it. Really smart on Konami's part if that is the case. If not, yeah, I don't know what the reasoning behind that limit was. But yeah, I think Pancratops was interesting hit, to say the least. We got Servant of Endymion. Okay, that was an interesting hit. Seeing Electromite Band was like, whoa, okay, they hit pendulums quite a bit there. And then Endymion Limited as well, that's pretty crazy, because Endymion is a pretty nuts card, and yes, technically you still kind of got 4 copies with Spell Power Mastery, so you've got 4 copies of the Endymion, but it's just not as consistent, and you kind of have to, if you don't see it in your hand and you want to still go combo off, you're kind of forced to use it to get the Endymion a bit quicker instead of just having it, plus getting an extra card, giving it a spell counter. So that was an interesting hit. I think it was well deserved instead of hitting maybe one of the main cards, hitting this, which specials from the deck, plus give it the hit itself. I think they could have either just hit this or hit Electromite. I don't think they had to hit both, but they did, and I think that's just because Pendulums would have gone berserk this format otherwise. If they still did all the other hits through the meta decks, I think Pendulum would have gone insane if they didn't hit them now, so that's fair enough. And we got True King Lissogram, just butchered that pronunciation, but we got the True King one coming unbanned there. That was pretty cool. He's now limited, giving True King Dinos a little bit of a boost. But from what I remember, there was a card that got hit there, so they're still not as consistent. But it was a nice little card to bring back for all the True King players there. I think it should be fine at 1. I don't think it'll do much, really. So I think that was alright. We've got Card Demise. Okay. Draco fans, I'm really sorry. Not sorry, but I'm really sorry. Card Demise is now limited. Fair enough. I mean, setting 3 and activating Demise to draw 3 more is pretty silly. It just gets you so much advantage, especially if you're going first. You don't care if you don't do damage to your opponent, because you're like, fine, I'm just going to draw everything to stop you anyway. So Demise was a pretty decent hit. Hurts Draco the most, because they were the main deck that played it. So I don't know how Draco is going to fare now. It's probably going to really struggle, and with the next card, I think, we'll also confirm that with Dragonic Diagram being limited. So that is a massive slap in the face to True Draco. Not only are they hitting card of Demise, their probably best draw card, they're also hitting their field spell, which hurts the consistency, and as soon as the field spell's outed, Dracos are considerably more fragile. I'm not saying that they're bad by any means, but it's just a little bit more fragile, and if you're able to get rid of the field spell, the monsters haven't got that extra protection, that extra damage as easy, so they're a bit easier to overcome in comparison to when they had Diagram there. Do they need to hit Dracos? Maybe, but bringing back the True King thing and then getting rid of Diagram is questionable. Then we got Into the Void, another pretty powerful draw card. Mainly used in Pendulums. Into the Void was pretty insane, getting you that extra draw, and most of the time with Endymions they're using all their hand anyway, so they got nothing to discard by the end of the turn. Yeah, fair enough, but yeah, that was interesting. Into the Void getting hit. That's again another slap in the face of Pendulums. Just like, no, we're not letting you go nuts. Then we got Pot of Avarice. So this getting unbanned was quite interesting. I wasn't really expecting it. I don't think anyone was really expecting it. Put 5 monsters back, draw 2 is pretty good. That's nice. Really helps kind of some decks shuffle back some of their really key pieces. Like, I don't know, myself as a Dino player personally, being able to like shuffle back UCT overtext and stuff just to get their effects off again a little bit quicker, or being able to shuffle back like some of the dangers or something, that's pretty crazy, let's be real. And then getting the draw 2 as well, that's pretty good. We've got Sekka's Light. Don't really know the meaning behind hitting Sekka's Light. This is going to just stop it from seeing play entirely. No one's going to want to play the card now, really. Not even like BA players, realistically. because they needed 3 if they were playing the Sekka's build, just to get that consistency and to be able to put stuff back. So I think Sekka's Light's going to drop off now. It didn't see much play to begin with, apart from very few obscure decks. This is, yeah, killed the card. Not too sure why, unless that was because of the Pot of Avarice or something. But yeah, Sekka's is gone. I'm not particularly bothered either way, but yeah, that's that one. And yeah, Red Reboot. Okay, so this made me a bit happy because recently I picked up Altergeist, so being able to go nuts with back row decks is pretty good, because Red Reboot was the scariest card if you didn't get Judgment in your opening hand. So Red Reboot is pretty interesting hit. I think that makes control decks go up more, but also, as I said, with Pancratops, it might have been to push the sale of that Lightning Storm card that's coming out, to push the sales to force people to want to buy that so they can out those back row decks. But also, I think there's a lot of back row removal anyway. I mean, Twin Twisters, Cosmic Cyclone, MST if you want to play that. I mean, Pancratops was still able to bait out the back row removal and stuff, so I think there was plenty of back row removal as is. Red Reboot was really harsh against it, and unless you had Judgment, there was like no way to stop it really. So Red Reboot True 1, I don't know if it will not see play anymore, but even if it does, it's just not going to be consistent enough to warrant having it in your side deck, I think. So that's it for the Limited. Again, quite a few hits on the Limited side, a few things added and stuff. That was quite interesting. I think this is the biggest Banlist in a while that I've seen, from recent memory anyway. But now onto the semi-limited. We've got Deep Sea Diva. That's interesting. I think maybe that might be preemptive to push some people maybe picking up some of the older archetypes, or maybe some of the newer stuff that might be coming out. I'm not too sure. I haven't really looked much into that. But that's a nice thing for like maybe some no players and stuff like that. It's a nice thing to bring back. We got Tour Guide to 2. That's pretty interesting. Tour Guide kind of gives like that free advantage kind of thing, and like with BAs being able to, that's like literally one criteria being in, just being able to see that a bit more consistently is pretty good. Tour Guide is pretty strong, so seeing that back to 2 is quite nice. And Mind Control to 2. Going second decks, that was a pretty interesting hit. I played Mind Control at 3 for a while. I've recently bumped it down to 2, so this doesn't affect me too much, but I know, like, say, Invoke players, Mind Control is like one of the best cards for them. So Mind Control to 2 is pretty interesting. I think it'll still see play in those going second strategies like Invoked, but apart from that, I don't think people will give it much of a thought. Then we got the Unlimited. So we got a good few things Unlimited there. So starting off with Dark Crown Dragon. So Dad is back. He's back, and he's back for good at 3. Didn't do anything at 2 really. Will he do something at 3? Maybe because you might be able to see him a bit more consistently. You might see some shenanigans with that. But will it be significant based off what's maybe coming out and stuff? I don't think so. But only time will tell with that. Then we got Lady Debug. That's fine. I think after hitting Mirage, Stallion, and all the other little hits they've had to Salamangre with, Lady Debug back to 3 doesn't really pose much of a threat. They kind of needed to give them something, Cyber's players something at least. Morphing Jar number 2. Morphing Jar didn't see much play. I don't think Morphing Jar number 2 will either. Maybe just some odd shenanigans, people trying to bring back Empty Jar, but yeah, I don't know. I think that'll be fine. I don't think it'll cause much of an issue. Damage Juggler is pretty cool. Again, didn't do much at 2, so don't know how much it'll do at 3. Lightsworn players will be happy. I'll be happy because I played a small little performance engine in my dinos. My dinos was kind of wild, bit all over the place, but it worked. But so that might be a bit more interesting. I might have to revise my build, see what I can do with it there. But yeah, I didn't do much at 2, so having that 3 shouldn't be an issue. Tribe Infecting is really interesting. Could be a good way to out a lot of things, but it's also really slow in comparison to a lot of other decks. for a lot of decks that turn out like 5-6 negates. Having to give up your normal summon for Tribe Infecting would suck. But pair that with Dark Ruler normal, and you've got yourself a pretty nifty out there to some of the boards that isn't evenly or like Pantops. Kagari, they needed to give Skystriker some consistency and a reason to maybe get Rose from one of the upcoming sets. This at least lets them get some of the cards back, like Widow Anchor or Multi-Roll a bit easier. After they murdered Engage, I don't think Kagari coming back is going to make too much of a difference. We've got Book and Moon 2-3, which is pretty cool. It was limited for the longest amount of time, and with Link's Book and Moon was kind of irrelevant to an extent. It'll be a control again. Guru Control or Subterrors will probably be able to make use of this at least. I don't know. I think it'd be quite good, especially in the upcoming Master Rule. That it could make a bit of an impact then, but at the moment I don't think it's going to do much. We got Rank Up Magic launch, the Phantom Lights one. That's fine. Asdot's gone. That doesn't pose much of a problem. The only thing that could happen is Pens could try and play Kaluga Turbo again, but will that happen realistically? Probably not. So this coming back is fine, I think. Especially if they haven't looked at bringing a Manning Rusty, I think this would be fine. Warning to 3 is pretty insane. That gives control decks a bit more back row power again. I think this format might be control deck heavy, but we'll have to wait and see once the new Lightning Storm comes out, see how they fare with that. And Soul Drain to 3, it was played at 1 really and didn't do much there. Will you see it maybe more at 3? Possibly. You could see maybe Draco's trying to incorporate it or something, or some stun style strategy trying to incorporate it. But will it do too much? No, I don't think so. And that's it, yeah. So that's it for the ban list. Like I said, it's a pretty insane ban list. As you can see from here on screen, it shows that it's effective from 20th of January 2020. And then we're not going to get one until early May, probably at the earliest then. So 30th of March is the no sooner date. So, yeah, that's really interesting. So we got this format for just over 2 months now. We'll have this format for just over 2 months, and that will be roughly in time for when the new revised Master Rule comes out as well. So we'll see how much that shakes up the meta and the competitive scene. Yeah, it's pretty wild. I'm really excited for what's to come, what decks might pop up and stuff, so that's going to be really fun, really interesting. We're going to have so many new deck profiles, ideas, and things coming your way soon. I can't wait, and that's rejuvenated love for Yu-Gi-Oh for me, so I can't wait to get back into it. But yeah, so that's it for the video, guys. So if you haven't already, leave a like, leave a comment what you think about the ban list, what you think might be relevant and stuff, and subscribe to us as well. And if you haven't, check us out on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. We post on there when we can, as regularly as possible, to update you guys about Yu-Gi-Oh in general, about the channel, and just to keep in touch with you guys, because we like that. We like having a little sense of community going on. But yeah, so that's it for the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.